Okay, let's bring Asia in. Demi Schuurs, it was her second 1,000 level title. She's now at a career high 8 in the world. There she is. Asia, good to see you. You got myself, Jeff, you got Tracy, you got Jimmy, and of course, you got Nick. Are you still riding high from the win just a couple days ago? Congrats, of course.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, I am still riding high, but then, you know, you have to get on a flight the next day. My car was at 6:45 a.m., and then, yeah, I had to come here. So completely different new surroundings and everything. So I'm like, yeah, I just won a tournament, but I'm about to compete in another tournament. So it's so different.
Asia, kind of walk us through that win there at Indian Wells and just kind of that whole vibe. I mean, how was it? Did you guys, I know I saw one of the interviews where you said, Demi said she never done well there before, but you were like, well, I always do well here. So how was that dynamic going into the tournament for you guys?
Yeah, we meshed very well that week. It really just clicked for us. We were playing very well. So many matches. I mean, we had to play the 3 seeds first round, Irani and Paolini. Very tough team. And I mean, we played very, very well. We really worried about our side of the court and what we needed to do. And then we also took out Taylor and Kat that week, which, I mean, they were undefeated this year. Yeah. So, you know, we weren't playing any easy opponents, and we really had to work hard. And then, yeah, the final, it was just very nervy. Finals are hard. I felt like that feeling-wise, we didn't play our best. It felt very like we were very nervous the whole match, up and down. And then, yeah, this moment, for me, so much relief, so much to get the title.
And you guys decided to play together just this year. You guys just started this year in 2025. And how did that come about?
End of last year in China, we kind of just started talking. A lot of teams were breaking up, which is usual on the doubles tour, but it was more than usual. So Demi and I kind of spoke a little. We felt our games would mesh well. So we just decided to go ahead and try this year. And
safe to say it's been working.
Yeah, it's working.
Safe to say it's working.
It's working.
So, Asia, so many people at the club level actually play doubles more than they play singles. So if you were to give them top 2 or 3 tips, whatever you think, 2 or 3, what's smart for them to use? What tactics are smart for them to use in doubles? And that you see they miss? 2 or 3.
Okay, 2 or 3. For me, my game, I'm very aggressive. But I feel like you can't always control how hard you hit the ball, whatever. I just think forward pressure is very tough. Very tough. So if you can try and do that, it makes your opponents really have to think. And then whoever you're playing with, I would say communication. Whether you're getting the ball, if it's in the middle, what you're doing, every point. If you can, I think it helps so much. I couldn't imagine playing doubles without, you know, letting your partner know what you're doing or communicating.
Or how you're feeling.
Yeah, how you're feeling. So, yeah, really be able to talk to your partner.
I think what you guys practice, too, you guys are so specific in practice. I find that club players very rarely practice their return of serve, never practice their lobs, and those can get you out of a really important point.
I feel the lob can really sway a match. So that would be, yeah, if we want to go tactical, to work on some lobs for sure. And your return, like putting pressure again on your opponents. So I would say that also.
Asia, talk a little bit about how you became a tennis player, because I'm reading some things. Your parents were basketball and track, and so how did it become tennis rather than those other sports?
Yeah, my dad when I was pretty young knew that he wanted me to play tennis, only because basketball at the time, it was a lot harder to make a living, and it just wasn't as big for the professionals. And track, he did not like my chances. You have to be very, very good, you know, like 1, 2, 3. He didn't like that for me, so he was like, no for track. And yeah, like I come from a very athletic family, but not tennis at all. So he felt tennis, you could play that. And I was into it because I loved the outfit. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll do that.
When you're top 10 in the world, you obviously have a lot of deep runs and a lot of big paychecks. For Indian Wells, $460,000 roughly you get to split.
I love drinks on Asia. Drinks on Asia.
My question would be, I love asking this, when do you start checking the bank account? Has it come in yet? Do you even check? Well, I don't know.
That's a big 230 coming in.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. I do not check, but we get emails.
Oh, come on, you gotta
We get
check.
emails.
Okay.
No, like, especially going to
Okay.
another tournament,
All
I'm
right.
just trying to focus, you
Okay.
know,
Like
it's
it.
there. But yeah, we get the email when it hits. So, I mean, I know,
Beautiful.
but I'm not checking now.
Are you gonna give
Asia,
your,
talk
are you gonna
about-
buy your, oh, sorry, I just, with that 230, are you gonna buy anything special?
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I love to shop, but nothing's really coming, popping up into my head.
What
so
about a
my
new
birthday's
car?
soon.
Anything like that? I mean, come on.
No, I know
nothing?
it's pretty
Asia,
boring.
Okay.
Asia, I'll send you a list of things you
Just-
can buy.
Okay, let me
Keep
know. I need some
saving. Keep
ideas.
saving.
Tracy's so
It's the right
excited.
I
play.
need some ideas.
Tracy sounds more excited than you are about
Yeah.
the 230. But what about your coach? Talk about your coach, Tim Blinkiron. You've been working with you since you've been
I was
a little
11.
kid. Since
Yeah,
you were 11 years
since I
old.
was 11.
What has he meant to your career?
So much. Tim is like a second dad to me. So it's really nice to have him out here. It can get pretty lonely on tour. So I've finally figured out this year how to have him more. He obviously has stuff with the No Quit Academy in Las Vegas, but we've figured out how sometimes Demi's coach will come with us, and then the other tournaments Tim will come. So it's so nice being able to have him here. He knows my game. He knows how to deal with me. If I mood swings, whatever. He just knows how to talk to me. So I think that helps so much. And he's even getting really close with Demi too, which I think is really crucial. You want to get along with your team. It makes it a lot easier. And even Demi's coach Philippe, who was with us for the Middle Eastern swing, we all get along really well. So in the beginning of the year, we weren't doing as well as we would like, but it was okay. And I was like, man, but our off court is great. Like our vibes are great. I love everyone that's working with us on our team. So hopefully the on court will come and the tennis will follow and the results. And I'm really happy it did.
Well, I think for some of the fans who have seen you play but maybe haven't seen Demi play through a lot of matches, what do you love about playing with her? What does she bring to the table day in and day out and on the court?
She's so positive. I mean, her energy, she cracks me up too. And, when we're winning matches or if we win a big point, just how she celebrates her energy, it's great, and it keeps me laughing some of the stuff she says on court when she's not even trying to be funny. I don't know if it's just her accent or I don't know, like how she kind of says things. It just keeps me really relaxed and laughing, which is how I play my best tennis.
And it seems like she brings that forward pressure as well. I see her
Yes.
like hit returns and run in so fast,
Yes.
and you guys create a great wall up
Forward
there.
pressure, we create the wall, and she's a little more flashy than me, so she also brings that. Sometimes I don't even know what she's doing, so good luck to
You're
our
like,
opponents.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
The last time we had the shows, my next question, we got eyes on the win over Arani and Paolini, Olympic gold medalists, and they had that one formation where Arani's serving and Paolini's back, both back. And with these Masters 1000s, because the day off in between, you tend to get more single Z partnerships, not to say they are that, but Nick touched upon it. You and Demi like to come forward more like classic doubles. Do you enjoy when you play more baseline-y opponents? Does it matter? Does that change the mindset at all at a tournament like this when you might see that more?
I do enjoy it just because it's straightforward. You know how they're going to play. You can kind of play doubles and do what you need to do, forward pressure. You don't really have to worry about too many doubles formations to say. So I think it's a lot more forward, playing the more singles type of game style.
And your brother, Shabazz Muhammad, he played in the NBA. How has he kind of been able to help you in pressure situations? And just speaking to, family, sibling that's been a professional athlete as well, kind of how is that dynamic?
Yeah, it's really good, and someone that understands. He's so positive. He actually, which I've never seen, has got pretty emotional with my win last week.
Yeah,
which,
I saw his
which is
post.
nice.
I saw his story. That was really cool.
Which is nice. But yeah, I feel like my brother, he's always had that from a young age, the self-belief, the confidence, which I've had to work on. So being able to talk to him and him kind of hype me up has helped a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think you have one of the best overheads on tour. We talked about the return and the lob return. Maybe for the players at home, is there any swing tip or thought getting back
Thank you.
for the smash?
I really take pride in my overhead.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best.
When you
Yeah.
get an overhead, Asia, it is
Sure.
gone.
It's one of the best.
Yeah.
It's done.
Good luck getting the ball over Asia.
Yeah, when I get an overhead, my eyes just light up. I think, it's really important to practice it. That's something I've always really worked on. Even from a young age, just hitting extra ones, because it's hard. You're like kind of looking up. You need to time it. So you want to just really, really get back and line up to it. My footwork, it's kind of hard to say now, but it's like a scissor. You kind of cross over and then scissor. So I would say footwork is very, very crucial on an overhead. You don't have to necessarily hit it as hard as I do, but yeah, the footwork, it will help a lot.
Asia,
And now transitioning. Okay, go ahead.
No,
Tracy.
I found
All
it
you.
interesting when you said not basketball, tennis, because there was no basketball profession at that time, you know, the WNBA. But how was that feeling when you're starting the game? I mean, I just kind of started. I didn't think about the end game. Was there extra pressure thinking about, okay, we're starting tennis because we want to get to there? I mean, that's a long way to go. That's a long journey, right?
Yeah, for sure. In the beginning, no, not really. I was kind of all over the place. I would follow my cousin around who she started playing tennis, and then that's how I ended up at the Andre Agassi Boys and Girls Club. And it didn't really start getting serious until I kind of started having results, and then it got a little more serious. So in the beginning, no, I wasn't thinking like that, and neither was my dad, really.
Oh, okay.
And here, when you're in Miami, transitioning now to this tournament, is there anything that's going to change for you as far as practice? Because the courts are a little bit faster, as we've been talking about that. But then also, what do you love about playing here in Miami, as opposed to now coming from Indian Wells? What do you love about being here in Miami?
Yeah, Indian Wells, again, it's so special to me because it's really close to home. I grew up going to that tournament. And I feel the conditions can kind of be similar to Vegas, where I'm from. So I feel here it's definitely a lot quicker, which with forward pressure, it helps.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
it helps. Your opponents have a little less time to think. So we're just trying to get used to the courts. Honestly, it like the first hit, you can definitely feel it's coming at you faster. And it's also the wind. The side wind here can be tricky on the practice courts. So we're just trying to acclimate that ourselves to that, and we'll play a lot of points, just practice points.
Yeah.
Bench is still up a break. I want to nerd out on another shot. You talked about the lob return. Asia was playing deuce with Demi, and a lot of times you're swung out wide. You go the forehand chip lob. I think fans would like to know, are you sitting on a backhand grip? And have you decided as the toss goes up that maybe you're going to hit a lob? Do you get stuck with the grip? Can you maybe take the fans through what goes on with the grip and the lob decision?
I hold a forehand grip.
Okay.
Unless I've told Demi that I'm going to chip lob tactically, or sometimes I'm just stretched out so far, it's just, I don't even think, it's just lob. I know what to do. So it kind of depends, but usually no, I'm definitely in a forehand grip, and I would be using the chip lob if I've missed too many returns, and I need to make some, or if, we're trying to do that, I come in. So it just kind of depends.
12 titles, 9 different partners. You kind of touched upon it, but does it feel nice to possibly be locked in on a partner? Like, have you guys signed anything? Are you good for the rest of the year? You guys are balling.
Yeah, we've agreed to play this year, and it feels so nice.
Yeah.
Last year, I played with so many different partners. It was nice.
You played some with Taylor.
I played some with Tay. I love playing with Tay. I played some with Aaron. Playing with Tay is so nice because on the ITF tour we played a lot, and we did a lot of winning. So it's nice, and it doesn't matter how long we play. I get on the court with her. We just know what to do. But yeah, it can get tricky switching partners every single week just because it's different energy, different game styles. So this year, it's really nice to have someone where you can kind of build long-term with, try and make, year-end finals. We're still very far from that, but that's the goal that you're trying to do when you're just staying with one partner.
And what have you learned kind of from playing with Taylor Townsend? As you see, you're 8, she's 2, and you guys will both be 1 and 2, I'm sure, very shortly. What have you guys learned from each other?
Taylor's energy, again, she's great. She's fearless. She's so tricky, the lefty and her volleys. And she's so smart. So I feel all of that stuff. When I play her, it's tough to play her. Because also, I care about her
It's
so
your
much.
friend.
It's my
Right.
friend. And I mean, sometimes she's tough. So you have to play your best.
Asia, where are you in the race? Because that's a big win last week at Indian Wells. So, and you've committed for the rest of the year. I would think that has to be a big goal to make the WTA Finals at the end of the year. Where are you as a team?
I know beforehand we were nowhere to be found, so you can let me know.
They're number 4 right now.
Number
Currently
4.
number 4 in the race.
Let's go. Because they take the
Let's
top
go.
8. Let's go.
Come on now.
Let's go. So we're just you want to just keep having some good results and playing well.
I
So
think
you
our
don't
producer's going to pull some video of your shoes. Maybe you lost some shoes somewhere. producer Hasten? You have that video?
Oh, this
yeah, I
was
remember
Okay,
that.
so you hit this, and then what happened? Both shoes came off?
My
How
sock.
did both come
my
off?
My shoe and my sock. I
And
was
your
wearing-
sock?
Yeah. The funny thing was, this is the first match
sock.
Aaron and I have played together in our career, and I was just like, this is so typical. Of course, something like this happens. But the changeover before, I was telling her, I was like, hey, my sock and shoe, it's just not fitting how it should. It's really slippery. It was humid, and then I went to do that and move, and I was wearing 2 pairs of socks, and my shoe flew one way, my sock the other, and then I was like, I didn't even know until I like tried to move, and I was like, what is happening?
But do you not tie your shoes
I do,
tight?
so tight.
Or
I'm telling you, I don't
Double
know.
wow.
It was new
So how'd you
socks, though.
finish
Extra
that
tight now.
match?
New socks.
Double
How would you
knot.
finish
Double
that
knot.
match?
You just tie the shoes
We won
tighter.
this tournament.
I mean-
That's how I started the tournament, and then we won it.
And I loved Aaron's
so
reaction
good.
in the middle.
You got a
Aaron
triple
lost
knot
it.
in
Yeah,
your shoes.
I know. Yeah, so.
AJ, I know you're gearing up for a big run. Congrats on last week. Congrats on the 230, and keep it rolling.
you.
We'll keep an eye on the race. Thanks, Asia.
Good luck.
Thanks
Let's
so
go.
much.
AJ, you're the best.
Thanks,
You're the
Nick.
best.
I love she doesn't check where she is in the race, doesn't
Yeah.
check if the money's coming in.
No, that's
just
great.
chill. Just
Yeah,
catching
just
her
play.
flight to Miami and let's play the next match.
Just playing matches.